friendship with him. It is not fun to sit, said Jack. I will yell wolf for fun. Whoa! His friend ran up the hill to help. They did not see wolf. Jack sits back on the hill. I will yell wolf. Wolf! His friend ran back up the hill. They did not see wolf. Jack sits back on the hill. Wolf got up on a rock. Jack and his sheep ran away. Did you hear me call? Said Jack. You did not come. You cannot trick us, said Now. I will be good, said Jack. I will not trick. Hello, my name is Ryan. Today I want to read a story. Jack and the Wolf. Once upon a time, Jack sat on a big hill. Jack had every sheep with him. It is not fun to sit, said Jack. I will yell wolf for fun. Wolf! His friends ran up the hill to help. They did not see wolf. Jack sat back on the hill. I will yell wolf. Wolf! His friends ran back up the hill. They did not see wolf. Jack sat back on the hill. Wolf got up on a rock. Jack and his sheep ran away. Did you hear me call? Said Jack. You did not come. You cannot trick us, said Now. I will be good, said Jack. I will not trick you.
My name is Cindy, the sun and the wind. Long time ago, the sun and the wind were friends in the sky, but they liked to compare with each other. One day, the wind wanted to know who was the most powerful person in the world. So he asked the sun, would you like to compete with me to see who the most powerful person in the world is? Sure, no problem, said the sun. But how? Meanwhile, they found a man with a coat walking along the road. Why don't we try to make the man take off his coat? Anyone who can take off the man's coat will be the winner. He will be the most powerful person in the world, said the wind. Okay, as you said, replied the sun. At first, the wind blew the man as hard as he could. It was very windy at that moment. The man felt very cold, so he wrapped his coat as firmly as he could. No matter how hard the wind blew, the coat was never blown away. Finally, the wind felt tired and gave up. Then it was the sun's turn. When the sun appeared, it became hotter and hotter. The man on the road complained about the erratic weather. He sweated so much, he couldn't endure the high heat anymore. So he began to take off his coat, shirt, hat, and even his underwear. At the same time, he found a pond beside the road. Suddenly, he jumped into the pond to cool himself down. The wind was stunned by the sight and said, "You're the winner because you are able to make a man take off his coat. You are the most powerful person in the world." "No," said the sun. "Everyone has a talent. You have your own talent too. I just do my best to develop my potential fully. Thank you."
Hello, I'm Michelle. 35 Goliath. My cow wasn't. David dressed only in a tunic, with 5 smooth stones from nearby streams and put them in shepherd's bag. Then, with a staff in his hand and his sling over his shoulder, David went off to fight Goliath. The Philistine champion roared with laughter when he saw David approach. "Do you take me for a dog, little carrot on a stick?" he said. "I'll give your flesh to wild animals." But David replied, "You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel.
Today he will give you to me, and I will strike you down and cut off your head. They went on. Everyone gathered here will know that the battle is in God's hands, and he will give all of you to Israel. At these words, the angry giant lunged toward the shepherd boy, then reached into his bag and took out a stone. Using his sling, he hurled the little pebble with all his might at Goliath. The stone sank into the giant's forehead, and he fell to the ground. Then he ran forward, took Goliath's sword, and cut off his head. When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they turned and ran, but the Israelite army gave chase and slaughtered thousands of them. Saul sent for David, who stood before the king with Goliath's head in his hands. Whose son are you, young man? Saul asked. I'm the son of your servant, Jesse, in Bethlehem, answered David. From then on, Saul was to see a lot more of this brave shepherd boy.
I'm Benjamin. I'm Kathy. Our story is Brown Bear, what do you see? Brown Bear, what do you see?
I see a red bird looking at me.
Red bird, what do you see?
I see a yellow duck looking at me.
Yellow duck, what do you see?
I see a blue horse looking at me.
Blue horse, what do you see?
I see a green frog looking at me.
Green frog, what do you see?
I see a purple cat looking at me.
Purple cat, what do you see?
I see a white dog looking at me.
White dog, what do you see?
I see a black sheep looking at me.
Black sheep, what do you see?
I see a goldfish looking at me.
Goldfish, what do you see?
I see a teacher looking at me.
Teacher, what do you see?
I see children looking at me.
Children, what do you see?
We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a goldfish, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see.
Keller? Ja, bisschen Anna. Ja,
Hi, I'm Alice. Hi, I'm Taylor. Our story is from head to toe. I am a penguin. I turn my head. Can you do it? I can do it. I am a giraffe. If I bend my neck, can you do it? I can do it. I am a parrot. If I rest my shoulders, can you do it? I can do it. I am a monkey. If I whip my arms, can you do it? I can do it. I am a seal. If I clap my hands, can you do it? I can do it. I am a gorilla. If I stomp my chest, can you do it? I can do it. I am a cat and I arch my back. Can you do it? I can do it. I am a crocodile and I wiggle my hips. Can you do it? I can do it. I am a camel and I bend my knees. Can you do it? I can do it. I am a donkey and I turn my legs. Can you do it? I can do it. I am an elephant and I stomp my foot. Can you do it? I can do it. I am eye and I wiggle my toe. Can you do it? I can do it. I can do it. I'm Luna. I'm Sunny.
Let us we see. Hello, I'm Terry.
I'm Welly.
The sun
And wind.
Long time ago, the sun and the wind were friends in size, but I think compare with each other.
One day the wind wanted to know who was the most powerful person in the world. So he asked the sun, would you like to compete with me to see who the most powerful person in the world is?
Sure, no problem, said the sun, but how? Meanwhile, they found a man with a coat walking along the road. Why don't we try to make a man with a coat? Anyone who can take off the man's coat will be the winner. He will be the most powerful person in the world, said the wind.
Okay, as you said, replied the sun. At first, the wind blew the man as hard as he could. It was very windy at that moment. The man felt very cold, so he grasped his coat as firmly as he could. No matter how hard the wind blew, the coat was never blown away. Finally, the wind felt tired and gave up.
Then it was the sun's turn. When the sun appeared, it became hotter and hotter. The man on the road complained about the erratic weather. He sweated so much, he couldn't endure the high heat anymore. So he began to take off his coat, shirt, hat, and his underwear. At the same time, he found a pond beside the road. Suddenly, he jumped into the pond to cool himself down.
The wind was stunned by the sight and said, "You are the winner, because you are able to make the man take off his coat. You are the most powerful person in the world." "No," said the sun. "Everyone has a talent. You have your own talent too. I just did my best to develop my potential fully."
Thank you for your listening. Hello, my name is Jason. The sun and the wind. Long time ago, the sun and the wind were friends in the sky, but they liked to compete with each other. One day, the wind wanted to know who was the most powerful person in the world. So he asked the sun, would you like to compete with me to see who the most powerful person in the world is? Sure, no problem, said the sun. How? Meanwhile, they found a man with a coat walking along the road. Why don't we try to make him take off his coat? Anyone who can take off the man's coat will be the winner. He will be the most powerful person in the world, said the wind. Okay, as you said, replied the sun. At first, the wind blew the man as hard as he could. It was very windy at that moment, and the man felt very cold. He grasped his coat as firmly as he could. No matter how hard the wind blew, the coat was never blown away. Finally, the wind felt tired and gave up. Then it was the sun's turn. When the sun appeared, it became hotter and hotter. The man on the road complained about the erratic weather. He sweated so much, he couldn't endure high heat anymore. So he began to take off his coat, shirt, hat, and even his underwear. At the same time, he found a pond beside the road. Suddenly, he jumped into the pond to cool himself down. The wind was stunned by the sun and said, "You are the winner because you are able to make him take off his coat. You are the most powerful person in the world." "No," said the sun. "Everyone has a talent. You have your own talent too. I just did my best to develop my potential fully." Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Irene. Long time ago, the sun and the wind were friends in the sky, but they liked to compare with each other. One day, the wind wanted to know who was the most powerful person in the world. So he asked the sun, "Would you like to compete with me to see who the most powerful person in the world is?" "Sure, no problem," said the sun. "But how?" Meanwhile, they found a man with a coat walking along the road. "Why don't we try to make the man take off his coat? Anyone who can take off the man's coat will be the winner. He will be the most powerful person in the world," said the wind. "Okay, as you said," replied the sun. At first, the wind blew the man as hard as he could. It was very windy at that moment. The man felt very cold, so he grasped his coat as firmly as he could. No matter how hard the wind blew, the coat was never blown away. Finally, the wind felt tired and gave up. Then it was the sun's turn. Then the sun appeared. It became hotter and hotter. The man on the road complained about the erratic weather. He sweated so much, he couldn't endure the high heat anymore.
So he began to take off his coat, shirt, hat, and even his underwear. At the same time, he found a pond beside the road. Suddenly, he jumped into the pond to cool himself down. The wind was stunned by the sight and said, "You are the winner because you are able to make the man take off his coat. You are the most powerful person in the world." "No," said the sun. "Everyone has a talent. You have your own talent too. I just did my best to develop my potential fully. Thank you."
Hello, I'm Irene. The sun and the wind. Long time ago, the sun and the wind were friends in the sky, but they liked to compare with each other. One day, the wind wanted to know who was the most powerful person in the world. So he asked the sun, "Would you like to compete with me to see who the most powerful person in the world is?" "Sure, no problem," said the sun. "But how?" Meanwhile, they found a man with a coat walking along the road. "Why don't we try to make the man take off his coat? Anyone who can pick up the man's coat will be the winner. He will be the most powerful person in the world," said the wind. "Okay, as you said," replied the sun. At first, the wind blew the man as hard as he could. It was very windy at that moment. The man felt very cold, so he grasped his coat as firmly as he could. No matter how hard wind blew, the coat was never blown away. Finally, the wind felt tired and gave up. Then it was the sun's turn. When the sun appeared, it became hotter and hotter. The man on the road complained about the erratic weather. He sweated so much, he couldn't endure the high heat anymore. So he began to take off his coat, shirt, hat, and even his underwear. At the same time, he found a pond beside the road. Suddenly, he jumped into the pond to cool himself down. The wind was stunned by the sight and said, "You are the winner because you are able to make the man take off his coat. You are the most powerful person in the world." "No," said the sun. "Everyone has a talent. You have your own talent too. I just did my best to develop my potential fully. Thank you."
Hello everyone, my name is Vicky. Let's go to the circus. The circus comes to town. "Let's go to the circus," says Bang. "I love cotton candy. I like the elephants," says Blur. "The clowns are funny," says Jupe. "Do we have money?" asks Jupe. Bang has 3 pennies and a rock. Blur has a dime and a button. Jupe's pockets are empty. "What should we do?" asks Jupe. "Let's have a lemonade stand," says Bang. "Then we will have money." The monsters cut up lemons. They add water and sugar. They wait and wait. No one comes to the stand. "No one is thirsty," cries Blur. "Maybe they are hungry," says Bang. "Let's have a pizza stand." The monsters make the crust. They add sauce and cheese. They cook the pizza and wait. No one comes to the stand. "No one is hungry," cries Blur. Just then, a monkey runs by. It climbs a tree. The ring monster from the circus chases it. "Come back," says the ring monster. The monkey sits high in the tree and laughs. "Can you help me?" asks the ring monster. Bang has an idea. He puts some pizza on a plate. He puts some lemonade in a glass. He sets them under the tree. The monkey climbs down from the tree. It eats the pizza and drinks the lemonade. "Burp," says the monkey. Then it runs back to the circus. "Thank you," says the ring monster. "Would you like to come to the circus with me?" "Yes," say Bang, Lurk, and Jupe. "Follow the monkey," says the ring monster.
Hello everyone, I'm Pauline. Let's go to the circus. The circus comes to town. "Let's go to the circus," says Bang. "I love cotton candy. I like the elephants," says Lurk. "The clowns are funny," says Jupe. "Do we have money?" asks Jupe. Bang has 3 pennies and a rock. Lurk has a dime and a button. Jupe's pockets are empty. "What should we do?" asks Jupe. "Let's have a lemonade stand," says Bang. "Then we will have money." The monsters cut up lemons. They add water and sugar. They wait and wait. No one comes to the stand. No one is thirsty, cries Lurk. Maybe they're hungry, says Bong. Let's have a pizza stand. The monsters make the crust. They add sauce and cheese. They cook the pizza and wait. No one comes to the stand. No one is hungry, cries Lurk. Just then, a monkey runs by. He climbs a tree. The ring monster from the circus chases it. Come back, says the ring monster. The monkey sits high in the tree and laughs. Can you help me? Asks the ring monster. Bong has an idea. He puts some pizza on a plate. He puts some lemonade in a glass. He sets them under the tree. The monkey climbs down from the tree. It eats the pizza and drinks the lemonade. Bird, says the monkey. Then it runs back to the circus. Thank you, says the ring monster. Would you like to come to the circus with me? Yes, says Bong, Lurk, and Jude. Follow the monkey, says the ring monster. Thank you.